Hi everyone, this is Heather. Good morning. I'm here with my good friend Nicole. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you for being here. So I'm just going to wait for a few of you to hop on so that we can ask Nicole some questions. If you are not familiar with Nicole, she is a pet photographer. She lives in the Pittsburgh area and she is killing it. And we'll get into that a little bit more once I start asking her questions. So here we go. This is always a little bit awkward to sit and wait for people.
Hello.
Is anybody?
Anyone?
I did say
Bueller?
9:30. Oh, someone!
Yay!
Bueller, yeah. I did say 9:30. Sometimes I forget what time I say I'm going to do my live interviews.
Two.
So you can... Oh, we lost a viewer.
Already.
That's rough. That's a tough crowd. Oh, no! Oh, somebody likes it.
Okay.
You can hear us, right? Just please comment. That would be awesome. And you can ask, thank you, Amanda. I know you're there. And is your daughter there? I'd like to say hello. And make sure you ask questions while we're talking so we can look at the comments and refer back to that. Okay. Tell us about how you got started in business. What did you do before photography? All of that stuff.
Oh, all right. So before I became a photographer, I spent 13 years as a zoological animal trainer. So I worked with free flight birds at the aviary for about 6 years, and before that, Disney, doing the bird show there, and worked with the goats. I love goats as much as chickens.
Really? I'll get some goats for you.
Okay, I'll come visit them.
I didn't know that you worked with goats.
Yes, they're like dogs with hooves.
Yeah, but aren't they very unruly?
They can be mischievous.
You can train them?
Oh yeah. You have to get the goat crack. It's like the special pellet that they love.
And you can train them.
Mm-hmm.
Can you train chickens?
Oh yeah.
I want to have therapy chickens.
Yeah.
So maybe the next time we get our next set of peeps, you could come over and
we'll train some chickens.
Wow, I got really distracted with that. I didn't know that you could. Okay, sorry. Okay, so you went to Disney.
Yes, I did all that stuff.
Okay.
And seals and dolphins and all that.
You were in the water with them and everything?
Yeah.
How long were you there?
I was the dolphins were at the Living Seas, where I met my husband long ago, 99. After college, did an internship. He was feeding the fish.
In Florida?
The dolphins, yep.
Is he from there or is he from here?
He's from here.
That was a good coincidence. That
was
a lucky coincidence. Yeah. Because he could have been from anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and I wasn't planning on coming back to Pittsburgh, but these things happen. I don't know how that happens. But Pittsburgh pulls you back in.
It does.
But anyway, so I was at the aviary for 6 years. Loved it. I was assistant director of animal programs. And it just came to be the time that I was looking for something else, looking for a change. I was more managing and away from actually interacting with the animals. And there was some challenging management at the time.
Well, whenever you're dealing with people,
yeah,
you were probably thinking to yourself, I'd rather deal with animals.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
And and I had 2 kids at the time, and then you're like paying so much for daycare, and I always had an entrepreneurial something, but I just never found the right fit. So then I started a photography business, loved that, and I used to do families and pets, but just recently switched to just pets.
Yeah, recently, like how recent?
I just rebranded like this January, February.
Wow, so pretty recently. Yeah. What spawned that decision?
I started my business in 2010, and over the past, it's really been bubbling up for about 2 years of, I needed more time. Something had to give.
Something had to give.
Yeah, and it was a really hard decision because my families were really profitable and I did nothing to market them, and I liked them.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them. I didn't dread them. I liked them. And actually coming to your boot camp.
Boot camp!
Helped me get the clarity
Thank
to be
you.
like, yes, I'm going to do this.
That's why you took boot camp, right? You were looking for clarity because you love a lot of things. Yeah. And so you knew you needed to focus on one thing in order to knock it out of the park. So it became pets, which is a perfect fit for you. You're a trainer. Yeah. I mean, it makes perfect sense. Yeah. So, but we need to go back to when you started photography. Okay, you decide you're leaving sort of kind of a corporate environment, right? A business. And you're starting your own business, but like, give me more detail on how that transition occurred. How did you get clients? What was going on?
I am fairly lucky. I feel like that I started on the in-person sales and selling products very early. Very, very early.
How did you know that?
I don't remember.
Was it just intuitive for you?
Yes, well, I did go when I was it? Yeah, it was before I started. Before I even started my business, I was looking on, I'm like, there's got to be some education. I found Imaging, PPA's conference.
Yeah.
And my one friend in Philadelphia had a family photography business, and I called her. I'm like, do you want to go to this? She looked at it, she's like, yes. So I went to Imaging before I started my business. Oh. So that's where...
Yeah, you got a good start. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was good. How did you get your first clients?
Silent auctions. Continue to be an awesome kind of bread and butter client.
Oh, explain for everyone what that is and how you utilize them.
So just about every charity has a big gala.
Yep.
You know, and they have a silent auction where they're, you know, have different things that they're essentially selling to the people. So there's a whole bunch of things to make silent auctions work, because I hear a lot of people that do them and they're not successful.
Yeah, and they complain about it. That did nothing for me. I didn't get any business. Yeah.
And not everybody gets, you know, not everybody cashes it in. And it doesn't cost me anything, and the charity made some money, and I get a tax write-off, so whatever.
Yeah.
But at least half to 3/4 usually cash it in, and they're a normal client. My average client sale is about $2,000, and these people all hit that.
Did you hear that? Wait, I'm choking on my own saliva. Average client sale, $2,000, even from early on for you.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably $1,500 early on, but it was 4 digits.
That's very exceptional. Do you even realize how exceptional that is? I mean, a lot of people are starting out like $50, $150.
Right.
So what is your advice to those people who are like, well, I don't have the experience. You didn't have the experience.
Right.
So how did you...
And I look back at that early work and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, yes, right.
Right. I'm sorry, can I reshoot that for you?
Right. Oh, at least let me re-edit. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Stand by. I'm terrible guest. Hold on. Okay.
Phone ringing.
I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry.
But let's... Wait, this is too much for me.
Okay.
Tell us more about how do you start out at that level?
Silent auctions and proper pricing.
Explain. What is proper pricing?
Oh, well, there's a lot. I mean, I could do a week-long class on pricing. But...
Well, how about I'm doing one this afternoon, just a couple hours. So how about you give me some data?
Okay, so super quick points. PPA recommends 25% cost of goods sold. So you need to mark everything up by 4. Other giant factor is you need to include your time. A print does not cost $3. If you do all the stuff with the time and your packaging, and if you do mounting, which I really suggest doing mounting, because if you mount it and it's beautiful, then you can charge $75 to $125 for it. And so what was with those two? So those are those, and then when you look at your pricing, I kind of do all roads need to lead to whatever my target sale is.
Oh, you had a goal.
Yeah.
This is what I want to make.
Yeah.
And how am I going to get
there? I looked at my pricing, and basically, yes, they can come by in one print, but I educated them through the beginning that was not really acceptable. And if you tell them what they're going to do, that's what they're going to do. You just do it nicely. You suggest most clients do this. Most clients do that. You want to be like most clients, right?
That's brilliant. You have a lot of confidence and moxie to carry that off.
You just gotta do it.
You just gotta do it. Because why? What do you have to lose? They say no?
Yep.
Okay, then move on to the
next. I'd rather stay at home with my family than go out and make $100.
Opportunity cost. Anne was talking about that in my last interview. I mean, I think that a lot of people are going to be really interested to hear more from you in terms of how you made that happen. Because I bet they're sitting there. Am I right? Hello?
Oh wait, we need to go back to silent auctions.
Yeah, silent auctions.
We never finished all the... There's so many things to make it work. So you need to target the right auctions. So I tend to look for ones that are $150 to $250 a plate. And we're in Pittsburgh. I mean, it's a charitable city. There's hospital galas. There are all sorts of galas around. I do pet photography, so I of course always do the shelters and stuff like that as well. I want the high prices. I want it to be a silent or live auction. It depends. I will do like a Chinese little raffle thing, only if it's like a previous client asking me, or it's like one of the shelters I really love.
Yeah, something.
So it's close to my heart.
Right.
But I do a different offering. So my offering for the good ones, where my target market is a session and a $400 wall art or album credit. So not product credit. You're not getting prints.
You're not getting prints.
You can get something for the wall, and $400 will get you an 11 by 14 framed print, or my small little 5x5 with 10 image album. So you can get something to be done, but they never do. They always get a whole package, or they upgrade to a whole wall display, or a really big album. So those are the two main keys, really. And an awesome display. So it's not just, you need to show off your work there.
How did you find your first set of galas? Like, how could someone research?
How did I find my first ones? I mean, I kind of knew what was happening just from the aviary. It was small, and so I worked with the development department a lot there for our stuff, so I kind of knew what was going around. But really, you look at any institution, any of the cultural institutions, hospital stuff, just about everything, any nonprofit.
And just pay attention. Yeah. You're just paying attention.
Pick up the Whirl magazine.
Yeah. Look through it, see what's going on.
And I did. I got a subscription my first year to Whirl, just so I can look through and be like, oh, that looks like a good event. Oh, that looks like a good event. And then you just contact them and say, hey, I saw you had a great event. Do you have a silent auction? I'm a photographer. I would love to donate the session and product credit.
Well,
almost always. They're like, thank you, because they have to go and find all these things.
Yep, and you just made it easy for them because you sought them out, which means they are endeared to you forever.
And then you can do charitable marketing with them later, which we're getting just crazy ahead of ourselves.
But you have so many great ideas. I feel like you could teach an entire course just on how to get business from auctions.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And Christina says her jaw hit the floor at 2K. Oh, that's brilliant. My next question is almost hilarious.
And it could be anything, too. I would say it doesn't have to be pets or families. I mean, seniors, any portion of photography.
Yeah, any kind of photography.
Absolutely.
Weddings, for sure.
Yeah.
So this is so funny looking at my next question.
Yeah.
It is, do you consider yourself successful? Which is hilarious because clearly you are successful. You do well, but not just financially.
Right.
Talk about what success looks like to you.
Oh, it's always changing.
It evolves.
Evolving.
New season.
And it's always, I'm here, it's always there.
Always chasing after.
I mean, not that I'm not grateful for where I am, and
of course.
I still feel like I've, successful, but there's always, no matter where I am, there's always something more.
There's always you can reach towards. New goal.
New goal. And then I think it's important, too, to define what success really is. I mean, there's more to our life than just our business.
And money.
Exactly. So you need to look at all the things.
All of the components.
Like, we have a really, really, really good friend that we just want to go visit, and they work a ton and love it, but at what cost? Right. What about your family, your relationships, everything, margin? Yeah, in boot camp, we work on defining success because I say it's not because you could make all the money in the world. Yep. I know some pretty miserable rich people. Yeah. And I know some really happy people that don't have a lot of money. Right.
It doesn't, money isn't the only factor.
I mean, if you told me I had to be a lawyer.
Ugh. If I had to go back to an engineering job,
I
would jump off a bridge.
A bridge that you built?
A bridge that I constructed. That I engineered. No, I don't know how to engineer bridges. Okay, so did it ever concern you about the saturation in the market? So many photographers.
You can't think about it.
I didn't think so.
No, and you have to build a business on, you need to work out your numbers. You need to work out how much money you want to make from your job. You need to work out how many hours you want to work in your job. You need to then do some math and figure out, also how many hours it takes per client. So then how many hours, say 20 hours a week, 10 hours client, that's 2 clients a week. And that's no time for admin stuff. So it's really 1.5 clients a week.
1.5 clients a week.
So, whatever, 6 clients a month.
Yeah.
And then, do some math and figure out what you need. Generally, I find that most people that I work with, they need to make about $1,500 a session, a portrait session, to have a profitable business. If not a high volume, a low volume, like
manageable,
6 to 8 sessions a month.
Manageable, right? Yeah, and that's backed up actually by PPA's numbers because I study that benchmark surveys. I'm sure you do as well, and you can see where those numbers are in terms of profitability for in-home studios, which is what we are, versus brick and mortar. There's different percentages, and in order to be profitable, otherwise it's a hobby that might make you some extra cash, but typically hobbies cost you money.
Yeah, right.
Businesses
and the IRS
make you
will take your money back.
Right. So then there's the whole tax thing. Yeah. Expenses can get really high, and cost of goods have to be factored in. I'll show you my formula that I'm teaching this afternoon, but it's right in line with what you're saying. Okay. Any advice for new photographers or mistakes you see them making?
I think you need to look at people so many times like, well, what's the magic marketing bullet? What's the magic pricing thing? What should this be? What should that be? And there's no one thing. I mean, it all needs to work together. So you need to figure out who your target client is. You need to make sure that your website, and you don't need to spend a lot of money on branding, just make it simple and easy and cohesive. And just all these things need to speak to that person, and it needs to be backed up by your pricing, by the products you're selling, with your experience, like what experience are they getting? Like it all just works together to create the business that people then talk about.
Yeah, they're all small, tiny components. I know exactly what you're talking about. People will come to me and say, I need to find the one thing that's
there's no one thing.
There's no one thing.
And even marketing. I just did a giant blog post on this of marketing. There's no one marketing solution. It's getting everything out there, working together, and each little marketing thing might do 1 or 2 clients here or there, but when you put them all together, then your calendar's
compound effect style.
Yes.
Yes. One tiny move here, tiny move there adds up.
Yeah.
And then all of that marketing becomes awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah, people want just one thing, and it's, you know, we can teach you about pricing and business and marketing and promotion, and Leanne about SEO. Yeah. And it can all work together, but those are all of those components that lead to hopefully success, right?
And then you have to do it. You have to execute.
You have to do it. So the key is action. Ashley says she has people in her area that run away from $150 sessions, $2K.
Well, there's people that run away from $2K too, but there's people that come to it. So the people that are running away from $150, you're never going to pay that, and that's okay. But you need to find the right people.
You need to find the right people.
There's people out there in every market.
But you know what's scary about that for most people, and myself included starting out, was when you target the top 5%. Right. You have just narrowed your scope. 5% is scary. Most people want to target 100% of the people, right? Where you said early on, and it took me a little longer than you because you're smarter. It took me a little longer to figure out, okay, if I target 5%, yes, I have just narrowed my target, but they're amazing. They're the right people.
And you only need 50.
Right.
I only want 50 clients a year.
Right. 50 clients a year. Yeah. How many sessions do you, is that 1 a week? Is that
it just depends. I don't shoot much in the winter.
Yeah.
Shoot more. Like May and October are my busiest, so I'll try to cram them in. And then it just depends. Like August, pretty much not working at all.
Well,
going away.
Yeah, and it's hot anyway.
Yeah.
I remember
especially the dogs are like,
miserable and lethargic. No. I remember shooting a wedding. This is probably 6 years ago in August, and it was like 99 degrees in Hines Chapel. And no air conditioning, at least at the time. And I remember thinking, this is not worth what I'm making. No. So I said to Craig, I'm not shooting weddings in August ever again. No, that's not true. But, I mean, I don't have to do what I don't want to do.
Exactly. The beauty of having your own business.
Right. You can do what you want. Hi, Taryn. Good morning. Taryn says hello. Okay, so you recently just got home from a trip to Barcelona, Spain. Tell us about Barcelona and what happened there.
Well, we went to Barcelona.
Get it?
Kaylee's mom came up with that.
Yay! So brilliant.
It was a pet photography workshop that I taught with 2 amazing ladies. Kaylee Greer from Dog Breath Photo in Boston, and Charlotte Vandervalk. Charlotte Reeves Vandervalk's her married name, from Australia, from Brisbane. And it was amazing. We had students from all over the world. We rented an 11th century essentially castle. I mean, it was a house.
You rented a castle. Let's call it a castle. It's in Barcelona.
Yeah, the wall of the house used to be the wall of the village.
Oh my gosh.
It was amazing. And we had a chef, and she was amazing, and the food was amazing, and it was pretty remarkable. And I had to pinch myself and like, wait,
where am I?
This is my job.
Wait.
I'm getting paid.
And how did that come to fruition? How did just all of a sudden you're going to Spain and we're going to call it Barcelona, it's going to be amazing. But how did you get to that point?
Just did it. I was talking to my friend Kaylee about possibly doing a workshop with me at some point. And we thought, why not make it remarkable? And who wants to go to, I don't know, Pittsburgh or even Florida when you can go to Spain? So we said, yeah, let's go to Spain. And then we contacted Charlotte to see if she wanted to join us. And it kind of worked out to be the trifecta. And we didn't plan it that way. When we got there, we're like, oh, yeah, because Kaylee is an amazingly creative. I mean, she's an artist through and through. Just amazingly creative. And Charlotte is so good at explaining technical shooting details.
Oh, good.
And then I'm kind of the business one. And it was incredible. And we did 2 weeks. The first week sold out, so we added a second.
The first week sold out really quickly.
Yeah.
So you were like, let's add a second, and we'll just stay in Barcelona for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm still, this still blows my mind. I mean, I know the story, obviously, but it blows my mind because I'm thinking, I'm so risk averse. And I'm thinking, okay, you have to plan all of this and rent this castle and get a chef. And then you put it out there, and you obviously had good marketing. Yeah. And you did a good job promoting it. But were you ever nervous about, like, what if people don't sign up? Because it was not inexpensive.
No, we were nervous because, it was not inexpensive because, like, you do your pricing for your business. You need to figure out what your end goal is, work backwards, and price what it needs to be to get where you need to be. Right. So we did that, and we were like, okay.
So you knew it had to be high.
Yeah.
What was it? Can you
registration was $3,500. Well, $3,750, but you can get a discount for signing up early and paying in full. So
but they also had to get to Barcelona.
Yes, yeah. And nobody came from Spain.
Right. They came from all over the world. How many people in each workshop?
15.
Unbelievable. This still, the first time you told me this story, do you remember? I dropped my head on the table and I'm like, that is unreal that you were able to do it. So you're contemplating a second one.
Yes.
Which will be?
We're not sure yet.
Not sure. Yeah. Talked about a couple of locations.
We found a couple potential great houses, but we need to, the hard part is making sure we can get dog models.
Oh, so we need dog models. Yeah,
because we needed like 35 dogs.
How did you scout Barcelona for dogs?
We hired a dog trainer to come do a little behavior talk, and we paid her to source models for us, and she was amazing.
So awesome. That's brilliant.
We love Ingrid.
Because you figured you couldn't do it, you knew you couldn't do it, so you found somebody to do it and you paid her. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I can't even take this. It's just so smart, and you just made it happen. What was the time between you started contact with your friends, and we're thinking about doing this?
A year.
So pretty quickly. Yeah. I mean, you made it happen really because you had to advertise it with enough time for people.
We decided in like a week or two, and then it probably took 3 months to find the house and finalize the budget.
Wow. From there. Chanel was asking, do you advertise on like CM
Click-a Moms? No, I don't do much with Click-a Moms anymore. I know they don't allow you to advertise and stuff in the forum, so every once in a while I pop in there, but actually it has been a while because I've been too busy.
Yeah, you market a lot to photographers. How are you getting them?
I have a Hair of the Dog blog, hairofthedogblog.com. And we have a Facebook group, and it's for mainly professional pet photographers or people that are thinking about becoming a professional or really serious amateurs that just kind of want to up their game.
Right. I'm part of that group, and every day I am blown away by these, especially the dog photographs. Yeah. Every day. Yeah. There was one person that just posted all of those Goldens.
I know. She's amazing. Nadine.
How many dogs were in that photo? It was perfect.
She has a couple of those.
Wow.
They're well-trained Goldens.
Yeah, they were very...
There's like literally 20 dogs.
It was unreal. And the owners, and they must love that photo because who else is going to do that? Yeah, that is fantastic. What are you working on now? What's exciting for you?
I know, there are things. Can't take it.
I know.
Hold on real quick. Chanel asked how I got people to know about the workshop. And we all just have our followings. Like I have Hair of the Dog. Charlotte has learnpetphotography.com, so she has a learning list, group of people to follow her, and then Kaylee just has a gazillion number of
You all have a platform.
We all have our people.
Yeah, you have a platform. And that's really important to know. You're not an island. Right. You did this as a partnership.
And that's why it was so successful.
That's right.
Because
you can do it on your own.
Silly
phone call. And it was from Baltimore. You know, that was probably the Google calling me.
The Google. This is your Google ad representative. No.
Okay, so it wouldn't be as much fun. Yeah. Okay, so what
are we working on now?
What are you working on?
Sorry. We're all over the place. Hope you guys can follow along.
Because Nicole is go, make things happen. Right.
And so are you. Yeah. So anyway. So we've been working on exciting stuff. So in Hair of the Dog, Heather and I have partnered together to create an amazing post-processing for pet photographers class.
It's unbelievable.
That we're just wrapping up. And
I am out of my mind about it. So excited. I'm not sleeping. And I'm in here recording videos. I did the technical side of post-processing, Lightroom and Photoshop. I recorded over 60, maybe closer to 70 screencasts for pet photographers. So I got to play with your photographs, your dogs, as well as my chickens. And I've got to tell you, I feel like it's the best, most comprehensive training I've ever put together. Yeah. like I actually enjoy watching myself teach. Listen, I don't see myself, but listening to it because it's so targeted and comprehensive. Yeah. So you're working
awesome.
on. So I did my little piece. Your piece is you worked on business stuff.
Yeah. So for which one? For the what's happening now?
Yeah.
And then and I'm working on a Hair of the Dog Academy, which is going to be like an online pet photography class for business stuff. So, marketing, pricing, sales, websites, mindset, all of it. All of it. All of those things that there's no one magic answer. They all need to work together synergistically.
On the Hair of the Dog Academy, which I love. So Nicole and I have been working together a lot this year, starting in January, and she has the Hair of the Dog Academy. I'm starting the Flourish.Academy, and we both recently bought a new platform called Kajabi. And so we've been working together, and for anybody that's like technical, that's sort of the behind the scenes on how our platforms are going to run.
How you can take the class.
How you can take the course online, and it's fascinating. And listen, we both know it has not been inexpensive.
No.
So if you wonder why workshops cost money, it's because it takes us 6 months to put it together and a lot of capital resources.
So much time.
There's so much involved in it. Yeah,
random expenses.
Yeah, random.
Buy this software. Buy that software.
Oh, I mean,
buy this microphone. Buy that thing.
Everything adds up. Yeah. So and we put a lot of that money in up front.
Yeah, right.
And then we sell it, right? Yeah. Sarah says, "How fun! When can we take the course?"
Oh, it will be launching. I will put in the comments here in a little bit a link to Hair of the Dog. You guys can sign up for the email list there if you want to find out about it, or just get cool updates from Hair of the Dog. Check it out. Even if you do other portrait stuff, there's still a lot of stuff that can go to any genre.
Clearly, Nicole has great business sense and advice, and you can absolutely apply it to any type of photography business. You're so good at everything related to business, and I would argue that that's why you succeed, because you could be an amazing photographer, but if you suck at business, it's not going to happen. But you're so good at business, by the way, right out of the gate.
Yeah.
And it like blows my mind. Watching you, I mean, it's only been 6 years, and watching you just knock it out of the park in Barcelona, I mean, I can't. It's so impressive to me. I just stare at you and I just want to hear more. I just want to I'm always saying, Nicole, tell me more. Tell me more. How did you do that? What did you do? I'm just asking a ton of questions because I love it. Do you guys have any questions for Nicole?
Hold on, I didn't finish the thing.
Oh, sorry.
Sign up for the email list. You guys get an email when the course is ready. The editing course is actually going to be coming out in about 2 weeks. Exact dates to be determined, but approximately 2 weeks you can get it. It's going to be a bundle with a ton of other pet photography stuff. And it's going to be awesome.
It is going to be awesome.
And then it'll be for sale on its own afterwards. And
but the bundle deal is like a one-time special rate.
Couple days and that's it.
That you've
for
worked.
An amazing amount of stuff.
Yeah.
And then the Academy probably won't be ready till September. I don't know.
Late summer, let's call it early fall.
Yeah.
There's so much work in the back end.
So much. And I want to make sure that it's awesome. So.
Right, and it is. Everything you put together is very comprehensive, very targeted, and anybody could take the courses, obviously, but if you're at all interested in pet photography, which is clearly very profitable, or more profitable than you even think, Hair of the Dog is where you need to be. So if you have any questions, let Nicole know. What else can we share with them that might be useful? Where can people connect with you? Hair of the Dog, right?
Yeah. Hair of the Dog. Or on you can connect with me, Nicole Begley Photography.com is my website. HairOfTheDogBlog.com is my Hair of the Dog.
Yeah.
And Instagram, I have a Hair of the Dog blog on Instagram and Nicole Begley Photography on Instagram. And we have that Hair of the Dog group in Facebook.
Yeah, if you want
to post a link
that's a good idea. Yeah, so
that we can.
Because those photographers are blowing my mind. I mean, I take a mean chicken photo.
Oh, chicken's rock.
But I'm not as adept with the dogs like you are. So good. But do you think, I mean, this is an obvious question, that your training background helps with?
Yes, but it's not required. I mean, you need
to
be familiar with how to interact with the animals and how to direct the people. I mean, a lot of times, almost always, they think their dog's being atrocious. I'm like, no, this is normal.
This is just a dog.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, let him be a dog.
Almost like
it's
a kid.
We'll get this.
Right, in a family fashion.
They're like, I'm sorry, Johnny's terrible. Like, it's fine.
It's fine. This is what I do.
Just don't make him mad. Just calm down.
Do you ever
let me do this.
Yes. Go away.
No, I don't send them away, but I do tell them often. I tell them again, and I often remind them throughout the session, because they're always like, sit, 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 sit. Like, it's cool. You can stand. Just let him do his thing. If I need you to have him sit, I'll let you know. Because they think that they should just sit and do that, and then I find those are kind of static images anyway.
It's so funny, the parallels between family photography, because the parents are saying smile, 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 and and then I look at the parents and I'm like, I'm going to send you away. Let the kid run and play, and I'll worry about getting the smile. That's my job. You relax. Sarah says, don't leave another question. How about getting dogs to stay or pose? Do you do treats or anything? Or?
I mean, I have a gazillion things in my bag. A lot of times, I'd say 90% of the images on my website, the dog was on a leash. And I just remove it. Because that keeps them in one spot.
I did a lot of leash removal in Photoshop.
All sorts of new tricks.
And it is unreal. One photo in particular, she had these 4 dogs, 2 over here, 2 over here. They couldn't be near each other.
Right, because 2 would like kill each other.
Okay, so they are...
No bueno.
No bueno. One owner is holding this set of dogs. The other owner is holding this dog. It was in the snow. We removed 4 leashes. We removed 2 owners. Then we took these dogs and we used content-aware move in Photoshop to bring them closer together, and it was seamless.
Yep, it's beautiful. There's a giant canvas in the house.
A giant canvas in the house, which sells for?
Oh, it's like $800, 20 by 30.
I mean, a huge canvas. And we were actually just looking at that video before we started, and we were able to teach that in 3 minutes and 38 seconds.
Amazing! What did you do with her?
It blew my mind. It's not hard. It's just a matter of knowing the proper techniques.
And knowing that you can even do that. Because I find a lot of times when I'm photographing 2 dogs, especially like I just had one, it was an older dog and a puppy. The older dog was like, oh, I've seen it all. I'm kind of nervous. I was a rescue dog. Like, I'm not really into it. And then the puppy was just like, all the time. So, and you know, everybody wants a picture of their 2 dogs together. Every client. And I couldn't get them to stand in the same plane because I like to shoot fairly shallow depth of field and both look at me. So I actually got a great shot of the puppy and I stayed right where I was. I'm like, okay, take him out. And then I just had Aiden, the other dog there.
I knew it.
Focused on that one and got him. And then I was like, all right, we're good. And then in post, I just took the 2, merged them together.
Composited.
And you can't even tell that it wasn't.
I recorded that video a couple days ago as well. And
so you got to do tricks like that.
It was remarkable how easy it was.
Yes.
But I think there's 2 keys to that. One is you said you have to know what you're capable of. You have to know what the software can do and what it cannot, what the limitations are. But you also have to know how to shoot it.
Absolutely.
So what you did was you were down low. You had everything set. You didn't move.
No.
Take the shot. Okay, puppy out. Aiden in. Take the second shot. I could take Aiden and seamlessly put him onto that photo.
And that's one reason I always tell people I shoot back a button focus. Because...
Oh, interesting.
I mean, for this one it was easy because I was focusing on the dog each time. But sometimes, like, there's one image that I have, it was 3 little, like, Yorkies or Westies or something, and it was the only shot I got where all 3 of them were looking at the camera, and they were all perfectly positioned. Like, sometimes it really just has to, you just have to, by luck, get the posing, because, again, they're dogs. And I was like, God, that's the image, but the owner's standing right behind with 3 leashes coming up. So I was just like, move, get out of the way. And then I just stayed right where I was. I took one more image, and then I still had that same background all out of focus, because if there was nothing there to focus on and I didn't have background focus, then my camera would have focused on the trees, and there's no way I can merge those. They wouldn't have looked good.
Wow.
So
that's actually
really, that's why back button focus
really
is awesome.
Smart. I've never heard that explanation of that, because I don't back button focus because I don't see the point, but I get it. Yeah, because if you were to try to take that photo, your camera would go, and then you would, no, I don't want it in focus. It has to be the same depth of focus. Nicole. That is so smart. Christina says, someone just shot a dog? That's so mean. We photograph dogs.
That does sound terrible.
Yeah, we don't shoot anything. Nicole loves animals.
I do.
She fed my chickens this morning.
I did. And the Polish ones came over.
They're sick. All right, any last minute questions? Nicole is a very busy lady. Woo, she has so much going on. Let us know quickly, or we'll post in the comments.
Yeah, we'll post some links.
Everything that we talked about, and she'd be happy to answer any questions for you if you have anything remaining. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. This is great. Okay,
we'll see. I got to see chickens.